Hello dear students. Today we are going to start class 10th economics chapter 4 globalization and the Indian economy part 1. Students, in this part we will cover introduction, production across countries. Students, as the chapter is globalization and the Indian economy, so first of all we should know what is globalization. Students, globalization is the spread of products, technology, information, and jobs across national borders and cultures. In economic terms, it describes an interdependence of nations around the globe fostered through free trade. Students, globalization is the process of interaction and integration among people, companies, and governments worldwide. Students, globalization has grown due to advances in transportations and communication technology. With increased global interactions comes the growth of international trade, ideas, and culture. Globalization is primarily an economic process of interaction and integration that associated with social and cultural aspects. However, conflicts and diplomacies are also large parts of the history of globalization and modern globalization. Students, as this term is not new for you, once we dealt with this term in the chapter in history, that is the making of a global world. Here we are also dealing with this term, that is globalization, as chapter is globalization and the Indian economy. The same terms we have seen in the same term we have seen in history, and here we are just dealing in economics. Students, in history, when we were studying this term or about this term, we have seen that as in history we were doing, so we have seen how the globalization started. We discussed about the history of globalization, but here we are going to see the impact of globalization on Indian economy. Students, economically globalization involves goods, services, the economic resources of capital, technology, and data. Also, the expansion of global markets liberalize the economic activities of the exchange of goods and capital. Removal of cross-border trade barriers has made formation of global markets more possible. The steam, the steam locomotive, steamships, jet engine, and container ships are some of the advances in the means of transport, while the rise of telegraph and its modern offspring, the internet and mobile phones, show development in telecommunication infrastructure. All of these improvements have been major factors in globalization and have generated further interdependence of economic and cultural activities around the globe. Students, the technical development enabled globalization. It made globalization faster and easier. It led to rapid integration between the countries. Now, fastly we can do globalization. Students, globalization processes affect and are affected by businesses and work organizations, economic, socio cultural resources, and natural environment. Now, it affects all the aspects of human life, whether it is political, cultural, social, and economic issues. Students, most regions of the world are getting increasingly interconnected. While this interconnectedness across countries has many dimensions: cultural, political, social, and economic, this chapter looks at globalization in more limited sense. It defines globalization as the integration between countries through foreign trade and foreign investment by multinational corporations, MNCs. Production across countries. Students, if we look at the past 30 years or so, we find that MNCs have been a major force in the globalization process, connecting distant regions of the world. Students, East India Company was also one of the MNCs that started trade in India and in other countries also. Why were the MNCs spreading their production to other countries, and what are the ways in which they are doing so? The first part of the chapter this discusses this. Rather than relying on quantitative estimates, the rapid rise and influence of the MNCs has been shown through a variety of examples, mainly drawn from the Indian context. Students, here we will see spreading of production by an MNC. MNCs, I told you, that is multinational corporations. A multinational corporation is a corporate organization that owns or controls production of goods or services in at least one country other than its home country. It is having branches in different countries. They control the production in more than one country. Students, some of the example of multinational corporations, that is Apple India Private Limited, Amazon Development Center India, Coca-Cola India, Sony India, different other countries are there, those they are working as MNCs. Students, as consumers in today's world, some of us have a wide choice of goods and services before us. The latest models of digital cameras, mobile phones, and televisions made by leading manufacturers of the world are within our reach. Every season, new models of automobiles can be seen on Indian roads. Gone are the days when Ambassador and Fiat were the only cars on Indian roads. Today, Indians are buying cars produced by nearly all the top companies in the world. A similar explosion of brands can be seen for many other goods, from shirts to televisions to processed fruit juices. Students, in today's world, to the consumers, there are variety of choices of goods and services. Now we are having variety of cameras, mobile phones, televisions of different brands. Different companies are making these products. Earlier, few companies were there, but nowadays, different companies are producing these products in different regions. with different applications. We are having different brands of cars. Earlier, few were there, but nowadays we are having variety of choices regarding the products. So nowadays we are getting many brands of the products. Those are produced by different countries. That is because of globalization. Such wide-ranging choice of goods in our markets is a relatively recent phenomena. You wouldn't have found such a wide variety of goods in India markets even 2 decades back. Students, earlier we were not having that kind of choices in the market. Only a few brands were there. In a matter of years, our markets have been transformed. Now many changes you can see in the market. Different products are available, different varieties are available. Now in this chapter, we will we shall dwell on some questions like how do we understand these rapid transformations? What are the factors that are bringing about these changes? And how are these changes affecting the lives of the people? On all these questions, we will think about in this chapter. Students, until the middle of the 20th century, production was largely organized within countries. Colonies such as India export the raw material and foodstuff and imported finished goods. Students, until the middle of 20th century, production was largely organized within countries. We have seen in history that merchants were taking the finished products to different countries. They were just covering the long distances and they were going to different countries to sell their products. At that time, only finished products were taken to different parts of the world. Colonies such as India exports the raw materials and foodstuff and imported finished goods. Then the MNCs like East India Company came to India and they started exporting raw materials to their own country, and from there they started exporting finished goods to Indian market. Trade was the main channel connecting distant countries. This was done before large companies called multinational corporations that is MNCs emerged on the scene. An MNC is a company that owns or controls production in more than one nation. MNCs set up offices and factories for production in regions where they can get cheap labor and other resources. Students, earlier traders were taking the finished goods to different countries, but nowadays MNCs they set up offices and factories for production in regions where they can get cheap labor and other resources. They want that the investment should be less and they should get more profit. In those regions they want to do the production so that the cost of manufacturing will be less. For that they are searching the places where they can get cheap labor and other resources so that their input will be less and they will get more output. Students, MNCs are not only selling its finished products globally, but more important, the goods and services are produced globally. Students, a large MNC producing industrial equipments designs its products in research centers in the United States and then has the components manufactured in China. These are then shipped to Mexico and Eastern Europe, where the products are assembled and finished products are sold all over the world. Meanwhile, the company's customer care is carried out through call centers located in India. Students, the production process is divided into small parts and spread out across the globe. In the above example, China provides the advantage of being a cheap manufacturing location. Mexico and Eastern Europe are useful for their closeness to the market. In the US and Europe, as students, China provides the advantage of being cheap manufacturing location. Manufacturing cost is less in China. Mexico and Eastern Europe are useful for their closeness to the markets. In the US and Europe, India has highly skilled engineers who can understand the technical aspects of production. It also has educated English speaking youth who can provide customer care services, and all this probably can mean 50 to 60% cost saving for the MNCs. The advantage of spreading out production across the borders to multinational can be truly immense. Students, as we have seen the example that a research is taking place in US and then components are manufactured in China because manufacturing cost is less. That's why the parts are manufactured in China. Later, these are shipped to Mexico and Eastern Europe where the products are assembled. These parts are assembled and finished products are sold over the world because markets closeness. In US and Europe, India has highly skilled engineers who can understand the technical aspects. It also educated it has also educated English speaking youth who can provide customer care services. Customer care centers are just located in India. So in this way, on the product they can save much more cost. 50 to 60% cost saving the MNCs can make. That is the advantage of spreading out production across the borders. And this is the main profit to the MNCs. But here we have seen as a result, production is organized in increasingly complex ways. Students, in this way we have seen the production across countries. Thank you.